who are going to be collaborating with the government of Goa's efforts in this direction. I would like to invite on stage the Chairman NABARD, Mr. Shaji KV. हमारे देश की प्रथा है किसी भी शुभ कार्य की शुरुआत होती है मंगल दीप के प्रज्वलन से, with the lighting of the inaugural.
Come closer.
Climate Change Goa, Shri Alexis Sequeira. To the Chief Secretary of Goa, Dr. Puneet Kumar Goel. A very warm welcome to Dr. V. Kandavelli. Yes, Mr. Rawat is representing NABARD, Mr. G.S. Rawat. A warm welcome to Mr. S. Raman.
Everybody, Honorable Minister for Environment and Climate Change, Goa, Ms. Jennifer Sara, Shri Abhas Jha, Mr. Raman, Mr. Rawat, Ms. Chopra from TFC, Dr. Kandavlu, Principal Secretary Finance Movement of Goa, all the invitees, stakeholders, print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me welcome you to the beautiful state of Goa. I hope you have a pleasant stay apart from the partners meet. I hope it benefits everybody. Our environment department, which is Environment and Climate Change, is rightly headed by Mr. Sequeira, because he was earlier Minister of Power in charge of electricity, the department which causes maximum climate change. So now I hope under his leadership we are able to reverse some of the damage which has already been done. Climate change is reverberating throughout the region. The result of global process of development which needs to be sustainable and equitable. The climate change is seen from our shores to mountains. Even Goa is not untouched by this phenomenon. In the state, we have a 3-tier system. Climate Change Cell headed by Environment Secretary, Steering Committee headed by Chief Secretary, and Governing Council headed by Honorable CM with Honorable Environment Minister as its Vice Chairman. Our state formed the Climate Change Cell, which is first of its kind, and it was approved by National Mission for Strategic Knowledge for Climate Change by DST, Government of India. Guided by our decadal Goa State Action Plan for Climate Change for 2023 to 33, we seek to take various steps to deal with climate change. We seek to fund and fortify low carbon initiatives and execute and erect climate resilient infrastructure. Our partnership with the World Bank, we hope it accelerates this ambition. We are continuously engaged in citizen science projects via our Monsoon Observer program, where citizens as well as students, they do daily monitoring of ambient temperature. We have partnered with NAPCONS, a wholly owned body of NABARD, for the carbon removal unit project to address disproportionate impact of climate change on small landholding farmers. Our DPR for National Adaptation Fund for Climate Change is approved by SLSC, and soon we hope that it will be approved by Governing Council. After that, we will be able to develop 2 models of climate smart agriculture through this implementation of this DPR. So at this juncture, World Bank's commitment for providing technical support for blended finance mechanism is a very welcome step. Blended finance seeks to integrate grants and guarantees to mitigate risks of climate change. Moreover, it facilitates influx of valuable expertise and hastening the adoption of appropriate technologies. Blended finance mechanism can also offer technical assistance and market incentives to incubate and promote new technologies and business models to mitigate this issue. In partnership with the World Bank, we will explore effective strategies to foster low carbon resilient development, including the integration of climate and development planning across various sectors. We are honored by the representation from various state governments who all are leading a number of programs and solutions on climate action, and we hope to learn from each other during this meet. World Bank Blended Facility will accelerate our aim to cooperate to create Goa founded on these pillars, and I request you to recognize their relevance in your deliberations in days ahead. Goa is geared towards implementing Honorable PM's 5-fold strategy for India's net zero commitment by 2070. Goa is certain that by 2050 or even much earlier, it will supply 100% RE-based electricity to all its residents. Other sectors such as tourism, transport, industry, health, agriculture, fishery, forest, biodiversity are ready to implement series of people-centric schemes along with awareness drives and skilling programs to ensure adoption of cleaner technologies. Our collaboration with World Bank, NABARD, SIDBI, PFC is the first step, and we all are set to take ahead the mission of climate smart initiatives. I once again wish that these 2 days deliberations are very, very helpful, and wish you once again a very pleasant stay in Goa. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Hind.
One thing that Goa as a state is uniquely poised to be a case study and also to be a thought leader in the way a state can hold development and climate goals together. And
for giving me this opportunity first only. For the India Climate and Development Partners Meet for this 2 days program, along with me, my cabinet colleague, Mr. Alex Sikvera, Honorable Minister for the Environment and Climate Change, Mr. Puneet Kumar Goyal, Chief Secretary of Goa, Ms. Jennifer Sara, the Global Director, Climate Change, Global Practice, the World Bank. I acknowledge the presence of Mr. Shaji KV, the Chairman NABARD, Mr. S. Raman, the Chairman and Managing Director of the SIDBI, Ms. Parvinder Chopra, the Chairperson and Managing Director of the Power Finance Corporation. Welcome to all invitees who have all the way traveled for these partner meets, experts from the finance, climate change and other sectors, stakeholders, the government officials, the World Bank, our team from the Goa and everyone present including the print media. The unique and ecological strategic position of the Goa hold immense significance of our state. With its natural beauty being the cornerstone of the sustainable tourism, it serves as the lifeblood for our economy. Preserving the environment is vital due to the wealth of our flora and fauna, the beauty of the coastal life, our harmony of the progress, tradition and culture of conservation. We aspire to become the India's capital for the sustainable tourism and one of the first green tourist hotspots in the world. As one of the India's best performing states vis-a-vis the per capita income, and we understand the linkage between the wealth of our ecology and the wealth of our people. Our people are also aware and sensitive to the many impacts of our climate change. This partner meet is the significant from the point of view of awareness, dialogue between the stakeholders, including the volunteer organization. We are here to listen, to consult, to accept the valuable suggestion and collaborate. Our Goa State Action Plan for Climate Change from 2023 to 2033 is one of the most consulted plans for upcoming decade in response to climate change. It is a dynamic plan and we will be periodically revising it. Our state level steering committee has approved the DPR prepared by the NAPCONs for the two model projects in climate smart agriculture, one in the North Goa at the Bargaining Goshala area and other in the South Goa at the Durga Farm Agriculture Department. We will approve this project in the first meeting of the Government Council and we will try our best to get the full support from the Government of India. Through the other sources like the Global Climate Fund, and these two models could be immediately developed. These two models will be the visible model for the institutional traditional system of burn making through the green skilling, setting up of the rice park of the diverse varieties including the salt tolerant rice, integrated and natural agriculture, livestock management and other small scale but visible intervention. After the success of blended finance facility and we will be able to take up these activities all over the Goa and ensure the climate and disaster resilient greener Goa. Right from building the resilience against the flooding of the electric mobility, our vision is to take long-standing programs for dealing with the climate and disaster resilient greener Goa. Our recent meeting at the Niti Aayog was very fruitful and encouraging. We aspire to lead the country with the initiatives in the climate change sector. Initiatives already by our climate change cell has set up through the support of the central government. DST under the NKM-KCC is housed at the Goa State Biodiversity Board under the Department of Environment. This cell is laying a strong foundation for future. I appreciate the World Bank team and for its technical and financial support and for choosing the Goa to be designed to set up the new blended finance facilities and which is first of its kind in the country. This is well empower us to lead the pioneer the climate focus initiatives in the state. By synergy in 3 E's, is the environment, ecology and economy. Blended finance can be enhance the resilience of the coastal region and unlock their full potential for the sustainable development. In addition to 3 E's, I request everyone also look at the 7S and which is the pillar of Goa's Vision Plan 2035, the roadmap. It offers the clear line insight into the how the state are looking for a future. First one is in Suramai, Goa, serene and beautiful Goa, which preserves the natural beauty of the Goa in every possible way. Second is in Sanskrit Goa, it is a cultured Goa. Third one is the Santulit Goa, which is balanced Goa. Suvidya Goa, knowledge-centric and enlightened Goa. Samriddha Goa, it is an affluent Goa. Sushasit Goa, well-governed state is Goa. Swanitya Goa, it is an happy Goa. This Sushasit, Samriddha, Suvidya, Santulit, Sanskrit and Savidya Goa. These are the 7 which have planned in the plan of the vision plan of 235 vision plan of the state of the Goa. So, the World Bank blended finance facilities will be accelerate our aim to co-create the Goa Foundation on this pillar, and I request you all to recognize the relevance in our deliberation in the days ahead. Guided by our vision of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who has gifted the concept of life. It is a lifestyle for the environment. The Goa to hold the world is the proof of our commitment to the global environment issues. I congratulate all the states who have come here for this partners meet. Let us come together in collective spirit of the partnership. Goa is striving and planning to become the first greener tourist hotspot on the global map. A strategic roadmap is already being put up in place. Once again, I am pleased to announce that the Goa is happy to collaborate with the World Bank, NABARD, SIDBI, PCI and BCG, an associate organization, to take all the possible efforts to activate the platform of the blended finance facilities in the first of its kind initiatives in the area of the climate and disaster adaptation mitigation. इस अवसर पर मैं फिर एक बार आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूँ। 2 दिन का इस इंडिया क्लाइमेट एंड डेवलपमेंट पार्टनर्स मीट में गोवा के लोगों की तरफ से, गोवा के सरकार की तरफ से मैं आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूँ। और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का विकसित भारत 2047 इस आज़ादी के अमृत काल में everything which is the vision of our honorable Prime Minister of the विकसित भारत 2047 आगे 25 साल की सोच के हर एक सेक्टर में, चाहे वो एजुकेशन सेक्टर हो, एनवायरनमेंट सेक्टर हो या बाकी हेल्थ सेक्टर हो, सभी सेक्टर में जिस तरह से हम डेवलप कर रहे हैं, जिस तरह से हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, तो मैं निश्चित रूप से ये आशा व्यक्त कर सकता हूँ कि आगे आने वाले 2047 में ये देश विकसित देश बोल के उभारेगा और इस देश की इकोनॉमी जो 11 नंबर पे थी अभी 5 नंबर पे पहुंची है और आगे आने वाले 2047 की नहीं, मैं तो रिसेंटली 24 के बाद इस देश की इकोनॉमी पूरे वर्ल्ड में 3 नंबर पे जाएगी, ये मैं दावे के साथ कह सकता हूँ। एंड दिस इज द गारंटी ऑफ मोदीज गारंटी। तो फुलफिल करने के लिए मुझे लगता है कि यहाँ के सभी पार्टनर्स माननीय मोदी जी के साथ कि इंडिया की इकोनॉमी 3 नंबर पे लाने के लिए आप लोग सभी माननीय मोदी जी के साथ रहेंगे, यही कह के मैं मेरी वाणी को विराम देता हूँ। जय हिंद, जय भारत, जय हिंद।
Thank you so much, Honorable CM Sir. Your words have infused optimism in the entire hall here. And ladies and gentlemen, just like the Honorable CM Sir has already announced, this is just not an inaugural session. This session is also a very historical moment for Goa as we announce the Goa Blended Finance Facility for Climate Resilience. This makes India's smallest state with the biggest personality, the first state to be in Mr. S. Ram.
Sir, come closer.
And At the recently concluded India Energy Week in Goa, the Honorable CM Sir reiterated Goa's commitment to be a carbon neutral state and of course harnessing the solar energy. We are trying every step in the direction, inviting collaborators for adequate financing to move towards these goals.
However, even as we look to the future, we must acknowledge that climate impacts are already being felt across the world, in India, in Goa, everywhere, in communities. In fact, more than 80% of Indians live in districts that are at risk of climate-induced disasters. Local communities in India and in other parts of the world have the greatest vulnerability to rising temperatures, changing rainfall patterns, declining groundwater levels, intense monsoons, and sea level rise. At the World Bank, as we support globally climate and development action, here in India, we are working both at the national and state government level to respond to climate change in a variety of ways. This includes our support to the expansion of solar power and development of green hydrogen, but importantly, is enhancing the resilience across all sectors, notably in agriculture, supporting local farmers by introducing diversified cropping patterns, digital crop advisories, and access to modern farming techniques. Also supporting the efforts to conserve biodiversity and carbon sequestration by involving community action in forest restoration efforts and supporting traditional tribal institutions, supporting them and learning from them. We're also supporting India's transition to greener transportation modes and assisting mangrove restoration along India's coastline to mitigate coastal erosion, rising sea levels, and loss of biodiversity. And I understand in Goa, you have impressive mangroves and mangrove restoration programs. These are just some of the projects that span across the country that the World Bank is honored to be able to support and address the impact of climate change while delivering also development objectives. Here in Goa, climate change can be seen in the rising sea levels and the adverse climate events. And in response, we must mobilize and ensure coordination at all levels of government, both national and subnational. As mentioned by the Chief Secretary, the Goa government's State Action Plan for Climate Change aims to reduce vulnerability to climate impacts, especially in areas most susceptible to flooding and sea level rise. And while the goals of the Goa State Action Plan are linked to India's National Determined Contribution, or NDCs, the plan must be implemented in the local context of Goa, cities and coastline, natural spaces, and urban infrastructure. Efforts are being made to protect and preserve Goa's biodiversity and natural resources. This involves implementing mitigation and adaptation strategies in key sectors such as transportation, energy, and agriculture. Yet, while these types of projects offer long-term social benefits, they also involve high costs. They're very expensive, and most of these costs need to be provided up front. Investments of this magnitude can only be met if public, private, and grant capital are combined and work together systematically and synergistically. We see private finance as a key component of the equation for driving investment to reach its greater resilience and adaptation goals. Innovative financing models that utilize blended and concessional finance can mitigate project risks and attract even more private investment while also advancing India's climate ambitions and SDGs. We believe firmly and have good experience from around the world on how blended finance can help mobilize high-risk projects that generate positive, measurable social and environmental results. They can generate more resilient jobs, sustainable products and services, at the same time reduce GHG emissions, and create a dynamic market that encourages innovation and entrepreneurship. All while, and what's really, really important is to make sure their financial returns that are being made on these investments to lead also to their continuity and sustainability. And it is in this context that the World Bank welcomes our partnership with the government of Goa to set up the blended finance facility for climate resilience. This is a first of its kind, climate-focused, multi-sectoral facility at a subnational level. It will empower Goa to implement low-carbon and climate-resilient investments using concessional finance from national and international sources. And in line with Goa's robust state action plan, we look forward to supporting Goa through 4 key actions. The first, supporting building institutional and technical capacity. Second, driving investment in resilient infrastructure. Third, creating more high productivity jobs and inclusive jobs. And third, orienting the local economy around resilient livelihoods. And we know we need to achieve this through coordination, collaboration, and partnership. As the World Bank supports accelerating Goa's low-carbon climate resilient transition by bringing together actors across all the different sectors, building institutional capacity, and directly investing in low-carbon and climate-resilient infrastructure and technologies, this means we need to also deploy capital efficiently. There's a role for all of us: climate finance, investors, policymakers, academia, innovators, and implementers. This blended finance facility for resilience is envisaged to be replicated and scaled up in India at the subnational level. It will demonstrate the viability of green financing vehicles which can be operated on a commercial, transparent, and sustainable basis. Finally, the World Bank will integrate lessons learned from building these types of multi-sectoral programs and knowledge of global best practices in green financing into our work into Goa, but also, as equally important, we want to learn from Goa to bring these lessons to the rest of the world. So we're committed to helping Goa to be here as a partner, and very, very delighted to be here with you, and thank you so much.
Dr. Puneet Goel, Madam Jennifer Sara, our Secretary Finance, Dr. Kandavelu, Mr. Abbas Jha, Mr. Rawat, Mr. Raman, Madam Chopra, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to be present in your midst today at this, the India Climate and Development Partners Meet, where we converge with a shared vision for a resilient and renewable and sustainable future. Together, we embark on a journey fueled with collaboration and innovation, guided by the urgent need to address the challenges posed by climate change. The India Climate and Development Partners Meet shall focus on climate financing leadership and innovation, alongside exploring themes like technology in climate action, sustainable cooling, and coastal resilience. The World Bank-sponsored India Climate and Development Partners Meet is a gathering of aspiring thought leaders and change makers in the climate sector, focused on driving subnational climate action. It aims to foster cross-learning amongst stakeholders and help scale up successful examples. The Partners Meet brings together India's state governments to reflect upon challenges and new opportunities for greater climate adaptation and resilience in collaboration with India's private sector, civil society, and financial institutions. The conference is also attended by eminent representatives from financial institutions, industry, think tanks, climate startups, women, youth, and community groups who are pushing for climate action across different domains. The state of Goa acknowledges the fact that our per capita emissions are 3 times the national average. Power consumption is per capita is twice the national average. The vehicle ownership is 4 times the national average, which could be due to the fact that Goa receives and has received between 8 to 10 million tourists annually, as against a population of just 1.5 million. When I talk of the vehicle situation, I'm happy to inform you that the state has received a sanction of approximately 700 crores from the IIT Alumni Council for replacement of our existing transport fleet. The government of Goa moves on to implement its state action plan on climate change and the Clean Energy Roadmap 2050. The state government is committed to a greater resilience and adaptation, thus adopting a multi-sector and blended finance approach, which will be the key to crowding in private capital for large-scale climate-smart investments. The government of Goa's partnership with the World Bank aims to implement a unique sub-national blended finance facility, fostering low carbon besides climate resilient development. The event seeks to facilitate dialogue on leveraging finance for adaptation, replicating successful state-driven climate solutions, and mainstreaming climate considerations in government investments and budgets. In Goa, we have the wherewithal to implement modern solutions for coastal adaptations and sustainable development. Our prosperity and high literacy rates serve as a solid foundation upon which we can build a greener and better future. Our success in participatory governance frameworks has laid the groundwork for inclusive climate change. By harnessing the power of community participation, we can unlock the full potential of this facility and drive meaningful changes across all sections of society. With the support of international expertise and private capital, we would be equipped to confront the challenges posed by climate change head-on, safeguarding our environment, fostering a sustainable growth, and preserving our unique Goan identity. The launch of the Blended Finance Facility thus marks a significant chapter in our journey towards sustainable development. It will accelerate our efforts in key areas such as electric mobility, sustainable tourism, waste management, and water conservation too. When I was given the responsibility of the environment portfolio, our Chief Minister, Dr. Prudent was very clear when he told me that whilst we have to be proactive when it comes to development, we should also ensure that we do not compromise the environment in and around Goa. Goa would have to be a green and sustainable development state. By leveraging new sources of finance, the facilities will create greater synergies between environment, ecology, and economy, catalyzing integrated resilience and empowering stakeholders at every level. We look to scale local solutions, make our economic mainstays in agriculture, fishing, and tourism more resilient, and preserve our natural heritage. Our commitment to preserving our ecosystems and biodiversity is unwavering. We understand that economic progress must not come at the expense of our natural heritage. Our vision for a Santulit Goa, where economic progress is balanced with ecological preservation, finds its realization in this initiative. It is a testament to our commitment to creating a harmonious relationship between humanity and nature. By future-proofing key sectors such as agriculture, fishing, tourism, we can mitigate the impacts of climate change and ensure the resilience of our communities in the face of adversity. Thus, this facility equips us with the tools we need to script for a future of Goa that is defined by sustainability, wisdom and vision. Goa's development vision will draw from the lessons learned from around the world, while also offering valuable insights to global stakeholders on how to manage climate risks effectively. This facility represents an unprecedented opportunity to unlock Goa's full potential and create global templates for coastal regions worldwide. Our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, has a vision to make India an example for the world. He has announced targets that India would achieve in various environment-related fields, like renewable energy, etc. Today in India, we are marching ahead to achieve these targets spelled out by our Prime Minister, be it related to generative solar rooftop schemes, energy from hydrogen, battery energy storage facilities, conversion of waste to energy, etc. Let us rise to the challenge posed by climate change with courage and conviction. Together we can spark innovation and nurture local entrepreneurs to solve the sustainability challenges we face and chart a brighter, more sustainable future. Hand in hand, let us walk the extra mile together to make the place a better place to live in for future generations to come. To you, Madam Sara, may I assure you that choosing Goa, while you chose Goa, you made no mistake. You can be assured that we will be the flagship for you throughout the country, and whatever cooperation is required from Government of Goa, it will be available to you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Along with the team from Government of Goa, namely the Department of Environment and Climate Change. I thank each and everyone who were